Boy, good solid swing. Our man Patrick right at the flag. Very good shot. Hey folks, Lou Guzzi here. We're inside the Teaching Academy. Today with our man Patrick, we are going to talk about how to get set up for an iron shot here. So Patrick, what club do you have?
It's an 8-iron.
Okay, so a lot of people have questions. They come into the academy. How do I get set up? You know, now, is there a little bit of flexibility? You better believe it. If you watch the tour players, some of them stand taller. Some of them are over the ball more. So there's kind of a guide that we're going to go off of today, but then there's the flexibility based on your setup, your posture, and what you feel. So there's a little bit of wiggle room in there. It doesn't have to be one way or you can't hit a golf shot.
Yeah. Yeah, and to me, the posture is something that you need to come back and you need to tweak it, you need to work on it, and it's something that you can work on when you're working from home or working in the office.
Yeah.
Grab a club and constantly just check your points and make sure it's comfortable and make sure it works for you, but ingrain that so that's one less thing you have to worry about when you're hitting balls on the range.
Yeah, and think about this too. Now we have the luxury of these phones and some tripods. Take a tripod with you. You can basically record your setup while you're out there on the range. Take a look at it, make sure it's right. Also, get in front of a mirror as well. Take a look at it in front of the mirror. Once you know what you're looking for, you're going to have posture, real good posture before you know it. Years ago, I used to actually take a magazine and lay it on a chair and try to look at the magazine, look at the mirror, look at the magazine, and move around until I got the positions right. Then from there, you go out and you hit some shots. So Patrick, let's talk about posture. We're going to take your iron setup now, and let's just show the folks the down the line. Now, what I want you to do is you go ahead and get in your posture where you're comfortable, and then we're just going to do a little bit of test here. How's that look?
Feels pretty good.
Okay, good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plumb the shaft here right off his shoulder joint, and in a stock posture position, what would happen here is I'm going to move it in now, and I'm going to have it just off your kneecap and right through almost the middle of your foot, right?
Okay.
So this is pretty good posture right here. He's a little bit outside of it, more towards the ball. I would suggest that he stand a little bit taller. What we're trying to do in the end is get that shoulder joint to drop in right in front of the kneecap and then through the ball of the foot right there. So you can stand a little bit taller. Yep. It might feel weird to you. He didn't stand a little bit taller. He just did the same thing again. He wiggled around and then he went back to his posture. This is what happens all the time in lessons, folks, you know? So stand a little bit taller. Man, go ahead, do it.
There we go.
Stand taller. Feel like you're way too tall.
Okay.
Okay, so let the folks see that posture. Now, do you feel like you're like just standing straight up?
I do, yeah.
Feels weird, right?
I feel like I'm going to whiff the ball if I swing.
Okay, again, I'm going to plumb off your kneecap through you got the kneecap and the position of your foot perfect, and his shoulder joint's still over here a little bit. And he feels like he's probably like this.
Yeah.
Again, that doesn't mean that his posture's bad. He can play from this position, but if we look at like the textbook posture, it's really more of a guide. We want to get that shoulder joint up a little bit more. Stand taller. Now move your hands in. See, so when you stand taller, now you got to bring your hands in. Yeah.
Get closer to the ball.
So he's going to feel closer to the ball. Take a look at that. Let's see. Okay, cool. All right, Patrick, jump over here for a second. So when I have beginners, I give them kind of like a real simple way of getting posture. So they can stand up, knees locked, straight up in the air, take the shaft, put it right at their hip, push in, so their tush goes out, knees are still locked. Then from there, we're going to get some knee flex. So we get a nice angle basically off of our spine down to the ground. Now, what most people do is when they go for the knee flex, they sit back.
Yeah.
And now they've changed their posture. So when we go for the knee flex, we've got to maintain that angle and drop down. So we don't want the head going back. So we're going to do it again. Lock legs. In. Try to get the knee flex without backing up. Then from there, just let your arms hang. And then from there, we know that we've got some room from our thighs to swing the club. We've got some room here. Get set up. Feel that? Then I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to take my fingers and just widen them out. And you can see I've got some air from my pants to the butt end of the club to swing. And for me, that feels pretty balanced. Patrick, go ahead and throw that line down there. Let's see where it is. Off the shoulder joint. Pretty good?
Yeah, looks pretty good to me.
And folks, remember, there's flexibility with this.
Yeah.
When you're sitting and you're feeling this sit position and you're in your posture, a lot of people say, should I feel the weight or the pressure on my toes or on my heels? kind of like right in the middle of your foot. Like all day long when you think about things that we're doing, we don't really think about balance that much. We kind of know what balance is, right? Try it again, Patrick.
Yeah, that's
In fact,
one.
try that exercise there.
Okay. Yep.
Go ahead and lock those legs up straight away.
Straight away.
Yeah, push in like somebody's punching you right in the gut. Yep. And then from there, go ahead and
Is that
flex
too much?
your knees a little bit. Right there. Good. Now just go ahead and let your arms hang down, relax them. Go ahead and grip it. Cool. Excellent. Good. All right, I'm going to jump in again. For the folks that are really just starting out, and it's like, oh my gosh, how do I do this when I'm on the range?
Yeah.
Here's the easy way to do it. Let's make sure we're far enough away from the ball.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get set up in knees.
So how much do you feel like when you do that in?
Yeah.
How much do you feel when you press that shaft and like someone's punching you?
Yep.
Where's the ideal way to know that you've gone far enough?
Just through reps, looking at the video, looking in the mirror, going back and forth until you get it.
Okay.
Even when I'm teaching, I don't spend a lot of time with my students on their setup other than tweaking them as they're hitting balls. And I'll move them around to the point where I don't even have to go in and help them. They do it on their own. So I give them the basics that we're kind of talking about today, and then they work on it. So we know right now I got to move towards the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to lock the legs, push in, a little bit of knee flex, get the grip. Now watch. And then I can hit the shot.
Yeah, perfect.
This is the way we get them to do it because we really do want them to get into the best posture they can get into. Okay?
Yeah, so how often do you find someone struggling? We're not talking about a beginner, but they're struggling, and it just takes a slight little tweak in their posture, and suddenly everything starts to react better on the golf swing.
Yeah. Well, when we're talking about, like the secret to the swing, Mr. Tom Watson talks about being in good posture and staying in that angle. That's another video, by the way. Staying in that angle, he thought it was the secret to the swing.
Yeah.
He wished he had known that earlier, so getting into good posture is very, very important. Now, in the face-on position, Patrick, I want you to come back over here and go ahead and set up like we're hitting it this way so the folks can see it.
I'm going to go through that exercise again?
Yeah, sure. Get into your posture. I'll check them from this angle, by the way. Okay.
Good.
Yep. So you have a tendency to get a little too over the ball.
I do, yep.
All right, so then you're on your toes. When you start to swing, your mind will process that and get you back inside your feet. Okay, so now I'm just checking them this way. Good. Okay, we're in pretty good shape there. Now, from this angle right here, I want to see a pinch and a tilt. Okay, so we're going to talk about that in a minute. Have the butt end of the club for a standard iron inside your left thigh. Don't push it out so much. Butt end of the club right on the inside of the left thigh. Okay, if you have the butt end of the club for pretty much every shot, maybe not the driver, but for pretty much every other club, inside of the left thigh for a standard shot, you're going to be in really, really good shape. Ball position off the left heel, depends on how wide your stance is, there's flexibility here. So I like a window of 1 to 3 inches, and my 8-iron happens to be about 3 inches wide, so I can get a pretty good idea of my window from the left heel. Jack Nicklaus played it right off the left heel, all the way back to 3 inches. Hogan played it about 1 inch back. Now, some people go forward, middle, or back in their stance with their ball position. Depends on how they move their body, folks. Everybody moves different. A guy like me, I use my legs a lot. I've got a lot of lower body action. Taller players have a tendency to be more on top of their feet, so their ball position has to work based on their swing.
Okay.
Now, on the pinch and tilt, I'm going to jump in again.
Yep.
We'll get our students, if you would be so kind as to hold this.
Absolutely.
We'll get our students to go into the Superman or the Superwoman position, right? And then from here, they can really see it. So we've got a pinch to the knees and a tilt to the torso. Pinch and tilt.
Pinch and tilt.
Yeah. So now they've got to get themselves in position.
Not to be confused with the snap and twist.
Right. You see a funny guy. So we got the pinch, a little tilt, butt end of the club, right off the inside of the left thigh.
Yep.
And we're in good position here. And then we can check it too. We want to make sure that our knees are square and parallel to our aim line. Then we can check it off our shoulders. You can see if we're open or closed. So from this position here, I would be closed, open, or square. And we can check it that way. So we've got this pinch and tilt. We get set up to hit the shot. Ball position a couple inches inside the left heel. A little squeeze to the knees and a little tilt. Butt end of the club right off the inside of the left thigh. and I'm going to superposition now to make the swing.
Nice.
Try that.
Okay. So we go through the whole exercise again?
Yeah, go ahead and do that, and then
Okay.
let's see your ball position in relationship to the center of your chest.
Okay.
Because personally, I want that ball position forward of the center of my chest, because I want to move in and through the shot and get over to my left leg. Good job. So there, we got the pinch and tilt. Ball positions forward to the center of the chest, heads back, and I think he's in really good shape.
Feel like I'm ready to go.
Yep, looks good. Now, Patrick, you can see here, has a tendency to kind of move his hands out with a little forward press. That's okay as well. Pretty cool.
Just kind of helps me get ready to move, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, feels good.
Yeah, good. And then, people say, well, where do I want to feel my feet? Well, for a standard iron, probably about 50-50. And again, I think there's flexibility there as well. Even now, today, we see tour players with a lot of different golf swings. Don't get so consumed that everything has to be exactly one way.
Yeah.
There's so much flexibility out there when it comes to your setup. You're going to see Ben Hogan actually stood really tall to the ball.
Yes, he did.
Byron Nelson
Yep.
said you couldn't stand close enough to the ball. Yet you see other tour players, they're far away from the ball. Everybody's going to be different. We just want to make sure you're in the margins of correct
Yeah.
so that you have your balance.
Yeah, there's certain fundamentals that apply. Keeps you within those margins of correct, but then it's about your body type, how tall, how small, all different types of things that kind of, and your comfort level too, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's your setup for an iron. We're going to be talking about fairway woods hybrids and the driver as well.